13 years. For 13 years, the world believed best-selling author Alan Wake had simply vanished. A literary genius who walked into the shadows of Bright Falls and was never seen again. But the truth is far more terrifying. Alan hasn't been missing. He's been trapped. Imprisoned in a place outside of time, a nightmare dimension known as the Dark Place. This isn't just some spooky corner of the world. The Dark Place is a living, breathing horror that feeds on fear and creativity. It twists reality, bending it into whatever shape will cause the most terror. And at its heart is Alan, a writer whose greatest weapon, his imagination, has become his cage. He writes, desperately trying to script an escape, to bend this dark reality to his will. But with every word, every sentence, the noose just tightens. The dark presence, the malevolent entity that rules this realm, wants a story. A perfect horror story. And it has cast Alan Wake as the eternal victim. Meanwhile, back in the real world, the sleepy Pacific Northwest town of Bright Falls is stirring from a long slumber, and a new nightmare is taking hold. This is where we meet Saga Anderson. She's a brilliant FBI profiler, the kind of agent they send in when a case makes no sense. Along with her partner, Alex Casey, she's here to investigate a series of bizarre, ritualistic murders. The crime scenes are something out of a horror novel, gruesome, surreal, decorated with cryptic symbols. It feels less like a murder and more like a sacrifice. As Saga digs deeper, the case becomes stranger. She starts finding scattered pages of a manuscript. These aren't just clues, they're prophecies. They describe the horrific events of her investigation before they even happen. And every single page is signed by a name she vaguely recognizes from a 13-year-old cold case, Alan Wake. Saga quickly realizes she's not just an investigator anymore. She's a character in a story that someone or something is writing in real time. The more she reads, the more the world around her unravels. The lines between fiction and reality blur, and she starts having visions, glimpses of a tormented man lost in a shadowy realm, a writer trying to reach her through his words. They are worlds apart, separated by dimensions, but their fates are inextricably linked. Alan writes his horror story to escape, and in the real world, Saga is forced to live it. Back in the Dark Place, Alan is fighting a war on two fronts, one against the shadowy monsters that hunt him, and another against his own sanity. His prison is a twisted, looping version of New York City. A nightmarish landscape built from his own memories and anxieties. Every distorted billboard, every echoing scream in a dark alley is a piece of a story he once wrote, now turned against him. His only tool is a strange device called the angel lamp, which allows him to absorb and release light, literally rewriting small pieces of the environment around him to carve a path forward. He encounters haunting specters of people from his past friends, lovers, and even characters he killed off in his novels. all now playing their part in this grand, terrifying play he can't seem to stop writing. Simultaneously, in Bright Falls, Saga's investigation leads her to a sinister cult. They call themselves the Cult of the Tree, and they don't worship a god in the traditional sense. They worship the writer. They worship the darkness that has imprisoned Alan, believing that his words are scripture, capable of bending reality and summoning their dark god into our world. As Saga confronts them, she makes a chilling discovery. Alan's writing isn't just affecting her case, it's influencing both worlds at once. And the most terrifying part, her own life, her own memories and past, might just be another chapter in his unfinished manuscript. She might not be real. This is the central conflict of Alan Wake 2. Two heroes in two separate realities fighting the same battle. Alan, the tortured artist, trying to write a story that saves them both. Saga, the grounded detective, trying to solve a mystery while her own reality collapses. They are two sides of the same coin, pushing and pulling against a narrative that wants to consume everything. Can they outsmart the darkness? Can they find a loophole in a story that's already written? It's a desperate race to find the ending before the story ends them. Alan Wake 2 transcends the typical survival horror game. It's a mind-bending meta-thriller that dives deep into the nature of art, madness, and creation. It masterfully weaves together its dual narratives, creating a tapestry of suspense and psychological dread. The game poses a profound question. If our stories have the power to shape our reality, then who is the true author? Is it the writer who holds the pen, or is it the darkness that whispers the words into his ear? The game doesn't just want to scare you. It wants to make you question the very fabric of the story you're experiencing. It's a masterpiece of horror storytelling. A journey into a spiral of loops and echoes, where the only way out is to face the monster within. This isn't just a game you play. It's a story that plays you, and it will stay with you long after you've put the controller down. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Alan Wake, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing for more content like this. Let me know in the comments what you think of this incredible story. Until next time, stay safe and keep thinking.